Apparently, I'm live. We shall see. We shall see. The difference between you and me is that I'm bald, and even if you are bald, you are not low energy bald. I honestly don't know how well this is working right now. Form of sound, and that was the huge problem from last time. The huge problem from last time. So if there's sound, fantastic. I'm gonna check this out right now. I'd like to think that you can actually hear me. Ever since that's the problem with me. You have one fuck up, and for the next 10 times, I'm always worried that's what's going to happen. I blame myself, but I also blame society, particularly my society, a society of one. Here is the poison for tonight. I will crack open one now in celebration. I said it exactly like this. By the way, standard fare. If someone shows up within a half an hour, we shall talk. Otherwise, you get half an hour of me talking to myself, more or less. Yeah, today was standard. This is, of course, the start of Wasted Wednesday. Oh, I can hear myself. I don't need any further from you, good sir. Away with you now. Away now. But still pretty good to know that you can actually hear me. I know that sounds pretty low energy. Jake from Stefan, bro, unblock my main dude. Oh, is that you, Darker? If so, yeah, I'll be meaning to do that. Post it in the Discord, and I'll do it tomorrow. I won't do it tonight due to the sheer laziness, the low energy of me. Tomorrow I will, but I probably won't remember. So I need to do that. So do remind me in the Discord. And if it is not you, yeah. If it was not you, I'd ask you to tell me exactly what the fuck you did to get blocked, because there are some people who are blocked that do deserve to be blocked. You didn't. Honestly, you were just pissing me off that night. I had no sleep in me. You were just being a fucking spaz, and the two didn't jest. So I just decided to, hey, Bob. But yeah, that clearly wasn't permanent. So yeah, I'll sort that out tomorrow. You just send me a link into the Discord. Not a link, but there's a message in Discord. Remind me of that, and I can sort that out first thing tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm trying to get this fucking 12 pack open. There we are. Plastic is no match for the power of opposable thumbs. But yeah, the gist of tonight is that this, then gaming, then possibly another drinking stream in the evening, and then another gaming, and that is me. Friday is not happening, and there's a very good reason for that. I'm gonna have guests over, and instead, you might, not guaranteed, they might not be up for it, but you might have a live stream out here with the gang. So, why do you look like the heavy met the pyro? Well, because I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to switch, man. I'm allowed to fucking switch. The gist of it is, that's the gist of it. I am. Well, I just came back from the. I just came back. Look at that! Look at that bad boy! Look at that! Just came back from the barbers. So smooth. It's like the best shaven pussy. Or perhaps, dude, I'd I never have gotten shaved down there. I've trimmed it, but I've never actually shaved. So, but bussy, yeah, definitely. Mm. It's like it's the bussy the girl feels comfortable with, which I think is weird because, ladies, let it grow as natural as you feel comfortable with. As for the sides, that also, I'm actually very happy with that. Whoa, connection unstable. I don't know how well you guys are seeing it, so I'm actually going to move this a little closer to it, just a little. I'll still be on the deck. I shall move the important things over here: food, drink, and a random cat. You're lucky you're the first. There, there we are. Much stronger signal now. I hope. I'm gonna get a very soggy arse doing this. That's what I suffer. I suffer for your kind. Your kind being the others, the people who are not me. Oh my god, I look like a weird, sinister sort of. Hello, Agent 42. You have received this message. Your task is as followed. Fuck this shit. Come on. Give us a little bit of light. Come on. Come on. Work it. Gonna work, 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 work. Maybe around the balcony. There we are. No? Ooh, ooh. Light! Aziz, light! No. Fuck you then. No, wigger. You want me to check my discords when my signal is this fucking weak? Alright, well, never say I don't try for my adoring audience. Promises, promises. Uh, Discord. Discord on. I am literally at the edge of my Wi-Fi power right now. That's why the signal isn't as good as it could be and as beery as it should be. Sidegasm. Yeah. Anyway, so tonight, yeah, like I said, standard stuff. Friday, if I can, I'll have a balcony thing like this. Hopefully, with a little bit more oomph in the form of quality. We don't know. You don't know. I don't know. The world doesn't know. But yeah, it's gonna be Alan Wake tonight and that Eden game. I'm looking forward to Alan Wake. It looks like we're wrapping that shit up. I'm really looking forward to that. Come on, Discord. You can do it. Okay, the signal's terrible because of Discord, so I'm probably going to end Discord the second, and I mean the second I see it. Okay, you open the corner. Shazam. You're not wrong. You are not wrong, good sir. I do. You know what I look like? I look like I'm going to tell all the secrets from I'm gonna tell all the secrets from like some sort of Russian mafia thing, where it's like this person did not wish to be. Wait, hold on. There we are. This person did not wish to be reveal their identity. Their voice has been altered for their safety. I first joined when I was 16 years old. I also look like the dude from XCOM, the head of the council or whatever the hell he's called. Welcome back, Commander. I notice you have almost the exact same silhouette as Pit Monk minus his side profile. Yeah. Well, that's bold for you. That's bold white dude for you. Pimp's beard stops here. We do look very similar. It's probably why he considers me handsome, honestly. It's the standard fare of if you look similar to someone, they immediately will be like, "Oh, this guy looks good." Hold on, there we are. I've got bolognese there, but I've also got a bag of chips, and it's time I break out these motherfuckers. Do you believe I haven't had eaten all day? I've just been drinking. Actually, that's not true. I had a bag of crisps earlier, bacon strips, the most cheapest motherfuckers you can imagine. Signal weak, signal weak. I got a cigarette if I want it. I smoke about 4 times a year, non marijuana. The urge comes on me. The stars align. The sacrifices are made. Mm. I do like our chipper and the power of its chips. But beer unlocks the mind and the soul. The name sounds familiar. The name sounds very familiar, in fact. Blue waffle. What does blue waffle mean? Blue waffle is a fictitious sexual transmitted infection, STI, that believed to both turn the vagina blue and disfigure it. It also said to originate from a woman who gets around and her lack of hygiene. People say it only transmits to women to men. And there's a little sort of disbelieving face, instead of a smiley, it's more like a right. Example of blue waffle. Steve Bannon looks like a woman version of blue waffle. Okay. A girl in my aerobics class. Do you know what's worse than gonorrhea? Blue waffle. No, there's no disease known as blue waffle disease. It's in the medical world. There's no disease that causes a blue appendage on the external genitalia. Never heard of until you wrote in your section and asked about it. Common belief. Blah, 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 blah. That seems kind of underrated. Come on, give me something a little bit more oomph to it. Oh, images. Okay. This is your last holdout, man. It all stems on what I find in images. Blue waffle. Soars plus blue waffle. A blue waffle taco? Eh. You know what? I'd say that looks more like a some sort of shellfish that's been left out in the sun for a little bit, or perhaps a open wound that has festered. When what were you expecting me to go? Oh no! Or ooh, hot! I found my new fetish. No, low energy shock value. Like nothing else to do. Now, if you added smell to it, you need to get more visceral than that. I'm not here to say that everyone in the organization is corrupt. But the first time I took a bribe, it was because my manager said it was the right thing to do. At first, it was just money, expensive watches, the new car I showed off to my parents that Christmas. But when Noise Redacted told me that we could go to the island, that's when it got dark. Okay, that sounds more like you're projecting at that point. I mean, you're more than welcome to but get turned on by anything. It's just, these are very nice chips. Not everyone will agree with you. In fact, a finite amount of people will agree with you. In fact, you might be the only person who's currently baiting to that. That makes you special. Perhaps in the short bus way. But if that is the case, you own it. Because you were not a part of the choice of the matter. That's genetics in the hand of fate. I mean, just because I like 7 foot tall giraffe women who beat me with hockey sticks while saying I am the second worst person they've ever met. Unpack that shit. You know, doesn't mean I assume everyone is into that. I imagine there's one other person out there into that. And when I find him, her, or they, or even it, I, indeed, will be. I'll probably actually then feel anger towards them and try to kill them. Because that's my whole society. That's my whole world. If I controlled rewind, I would have diseased vaginas and bull fat silhouettes. Damn right. I mean, Jesus Christ, the shit you could make about me. Hell, I'd make it for you. I would give you sound clips and visuals too. But it's too easy. You have to work for that shit. My God, I have a sudden urge to go. Yes, so Tony, he did the one thing that you're not supposed to do. You know, he went and he shot a guy in the back of the head. It was made. You're not meant to do that. So we all met up at this bar, and then we went and we said we got to deal with him. Now, I don't know about you, but if you've known a guy as long as I have, decades, it's not easy to do that sort of thing. But the money can't stop flowing. You got medical bills to pay, you got ex-wives to pay off, and you have bribes. Can we ask who you were paying the bribes to? You can ask all you want. So yeah, I ordered the hit. So what? Trust me, you may already sent me an image that is significantly cringer. Hope so. Because people will want to find the source, and then they'll come back to me, and then they'll hit the sub bar. Not all of them. If 2, 3, 500. Particularly the hot women. No, fucking Christ. And what's more, they'll turn around on you and be like, "So what's your problem then? What's your problem with him? What were you on about? Why did you lie to us?" They'll look bad on you, and that's a good thing. No reason why that's a good thing. It's just a general good thing. Like, why do I need to get pissed right now? You got pissed right now because I drank tons of. Oh no, that's a reason. Oh well, that's a bad example. I mean, if you've been drinking as much as I have all day, you didn't take a piss. By the way, look at these ears. I've entered the realm of who's the guy from Blades of Glory and that's him. That's gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna check that shit out. Or not. You gotta love a laptop that is so slow it's going to actually take forever to just open a new tab because I'm currently streaming. I do enjoy the cringe though, because have you noticed with cringe? It's never the person who's cringing, it's always someone else. They're cringing at a person who is comfortable with who they are. It's weird like that. It's kind of like, oh, you shouldn't do that. Why? Because you say so? No, that wasn't the movie. That was the wrong film. That was Dodgeball. That was the movie I was thinking of. Huge ears. I know the actor. Ben Stiller. That's the motherfucker I was thinking of. Farewell, handyman. That's what that van had on the side of it, so I'm assuming that's the name of their people. Their people. Do not support the handyman people. Instead, support Pink Floyd. BRB. The booze reached my bladder. I returned, proud with the scars of battle. Ugh. I still think I look so much like that douchebag from. Well, he's not a douchebag. He's clearly mentally challenged. Is your laptop fucked because you want to check out all the hot singles in your area? Well, the thing is, that's what Plenty of Fish is for. So, and what are the other ones? Isn't Badu one of them? I think Badu is one of them. Badu, Plenty of Fish, Dream Singles, and all that's one. Hot African Brides. Why are they hot? Because they're stock footage pictures. I mean, they're hot women in your area. All you need to do is thing. Yeah, thing. Money. Money. That's what we want. We want money. Your money. There are definitely hot singles in my area. I mean, there's one right here talking. But on top of that, I guarantee you, out of a town of 1,000 people with tons of people moving back and forth, there's a woman out there who wants to bone me. I said it in the most ridiculous way just to mock the concept. Which is weird. Where'd I put the chips? Nah. There we are. Looks like imagine if it looks like I'm coming in from God or something like that, but imagine if there's a bright light when you die and my face comes in towards you I mean, I am a bearded gentleman. These chips, they're all right. What I don't like about this, being in this particular spot, is just the internet fucking up like this. Everything that could even be remotely considered bad signal worthy. We've been having terrible weather as of late. Maybe not as bad as Florida, but we've been having terrible weather. No back internet. Now, so Friday, oh, totally. Actually, I've noticed over the years, I think the worst ones are the ones that are intentionally misspelled. Now you might be thinking, why the fuck would they be intentionally misspelled? Apparently, that is intention. That is literally intentional on the grounds that it's to drive away people who, when they get close to paying money into the bot or the scammer, they will actively they'll back out because they put two and two together. But if you're dumb enough to click on a poorly English link to begin with, then you're dumb enough to go through the entire thing. Maybe not even dumb enough. I also think loneliness plays a huge factor into it. Loneliness is what they hook you on, obviously. I see a stock footage picture of this beautiful model. She's in your area. No, she's not. Um, Whoever she is probably did not consent to have her picture taken like that. To be used like that, rather. Obviously, she took consent into the picture. But then, like, they play up this character who is not this woman on screen. I actually once or twice went through with it just to see what would happen. And for example, there was this black woman on screen. Click on her, and suddenly I'm met with this sort of, was it Jasmine cast or something like that? Russian stripper, and like you're just there, like, what was the point of this? Like, were you trying to trap people into it? Because you need to spring your trap way early. And speaking of traps, at this point, Jake from State Farm would be able to take over the conversation. Far more experienced in that sort of thing than me. On the DFF and the DP fan base on Facebook, Blair White's been popping up a lot more, including shots of her in like a bikini and things like that. And I put down the comments like, no, kind of hot until I see the bulge, and then boner deactivated. And this guy's like, no, no, man, it's the bulge that really gets me. Oh, okay, but that's you. It's not me. Well, now is your time if you're into traps. It ain't me. I would put money on that down on this, and I'm not a betting man. I will die uninterested in futanari, I believe the Japanese term is. Oh my god, I'm so hungry. Have a little bit more, by the way. About 20 minutes more on this. I'll end this after we hit an hour. Anyone who's into this right now, like, subscribe. That includes PU in the future. Wasted Wednesday is the focal point of this channel. But come 20 it's 2019 right now, isn't it? Yeah. Come 2020, we will be having a very different outlook on the channel. Gaming will be almost, I guarantee you, almost gone. Sucks, but this piece of shit can only do so much. I mean, look how much it's struggling just for me to go and stream. In all fairness, I am pretty far away from the box thing. But yeah, I'll be streaming in America, and then after America, whatever the fuck happens, I'll be streaming in Ireland, Europe, Britain, which is Europe, despite what Brexit people say. Sorry there, Brexit people. But I will be absolutely 110%, even 20%, 120% still giving you content. So if that makes you find it remotely interesting, make it happen. As for tonight, though, we have Alan Wake and that Eden game with the pig and the not pig, the duck. That will happen. That'll actually happen first because as I drink, I will get less and less accurate in my whole tactical approaching. As a result, I will end up being not very good at a tactics based game. Beerific. By the way, I'll be streaming more or less after this 15, 20, half an hour at the most. I'm thinking half an hour after this goes in. And I don't even need to do a full hour. Like I said, I've got dinner. Dinner's been cooked now for some time. I can literally see the oven from here, and that magic, beautiful thing that said "ding" done is now well and truly done. Bolognese and chips. I got the chips from the chipper because I'm lazy and stupid because it would have been cheaper to get oven chips. Um, Besides that, Wednesday, of course, is completely and utterly a no go. Wednesday. um, Friday. And the weekend is whatever the hell happens on Friday. So I can guarantee a Sunday unless something crazy happens. But yeah, Saturday, I don't know. And as for Friday, you'll probably get a stream like this, probably inside the apartment, if only because the signal doesn't seem to want to work too well. I blame both society, and this time I will blame the minorities in Ireland who are not white. Yeah, that's who I blame today. Uh, Let me see what's going on here with this can. Probably the best lager in the world. Okay, it's not even lager anymore. It used to be beer. Now it's just lager. No, it used to be lager. Now it's just beer. Did I say bullshit? It is a completely acceptable but totally shit in hindsight pilsner that is also cheap. So Heineken, I think, is better, less gassy than that motherfucker. And there are so many other ones. Ow. Itchy scalp is itchy. Says I've got 5 minutes left before 7. So I guess I'll do this for another 5 more minutes. So you get 45 minutes of me sitting here being a dick. I will give you a better view of the evening time here at there's Shemore right there. And the wind is strong today. I've heard people say that it's the hurricane that's currently hitting. Might as well move inside at this point. Especially because the wind is really kicking up. The chair just kind of did a whole sort of like little song and dance. It is well designed though, because behold, once again, this episode of Drinkin Drinkin has been sponsored by Pink Floyd. Ooh. It is well designed because if you look up here, you got the whole thingamajig going on. That one I do blame on society because it must have been society that did it. Ow. We've been moving stuff back in here now, mostly because of the painters. Actually, solely because of the painters. But in the next few weeks, if the painters don't do something, we'd have to move the stuff in anyway because of winter. That would fuck up this table. Not the table the stuff is on, though. That one. It would fuck shit up. So, the next stream I'll do, I probably won't do out in the balcony because of the internet signal being weak as fuck. I'll eat the rest of my chips. Actually, why? I've got bolognese in the oven. I got one of beer instead. Ow. Yeah, Alan Wake. So, what can I say about Alan Wake? You haven't already heard of him before. I like making fun of it. I got 1 or 2 new songs for the slow list. This weekend you're going to get more trucking. I know. Some of you are like, yay! And then you are like, oh, shit. Of course, grand total about 4 people got this far. And that's being generous. More likely 1. Won't say who. Don't care. I'm happy for your patronage, good sir and or madam, though in reality, probably sir. Right. So I'm gonna go get dinner ready at this point. It'll involve a lot of plates. Actually, it won't. Yeah, thank you very much, Darker, aka Jake. They're the ones who I go on their show from time to time. So do them a favor. Do please do them a favor and show up and give them a like. Listen to their show. Besides me, they also have the occasional other guest, and more importantly, they also have fun. As for me, I'm going to have my own fun in the next 2 minutes, mostly by drinking this beer. And playing Alan Wake. No, sorry, Eden. I am sick and tired of not knowing what that fucking game is. Mutant Year Zero. That's what that game is. It's like Chapter 1 Eden. They were under the assumption it was going to make so much. The fact that it's free on Epic, no. I think Jim Sterling briefly talked about it, and then boom. You know, I'll miss this downtime when I'm gone this time next year. At the exact same time, I will not miss the bullshit that comes with being in the countryside. You want the countryside to be quiet, it's not quiet. It's never quiet. Anyone who's ever lived out in the countryside knows that there are periods of quiet bigger than periods of quiet in the city. But for the most part, there's noise. You want quiet, you go to the grave. That sounds epic as shit. Can you put the light source behind you? I mean, not behind you. Well, that's called the sky there, Jenkins. I was literally about to end, but now for your sake, I can make it happen. I can make it happen because I am a professional. Unlike some people in the room. Ow. That was totally professional, me hurting myself, banging off shit. There, behold, chaos and discord and randomness. How you doing there, JJ? All right. Oh no, I'm not. I was going just because I was going. Oh God, look at that picture there. I heard you're seeking the devil's gold. You ain't gonna find it here. I know. How you doing there, hon? I'm currently consuming beer and lamenting over the fact that I have no hair. Uh, Look at the Titanic corner back there. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with Titanic. My skull dome! Behold it! Does it not say the world is round because the skull is round? The skull is the font of all knowledge. The font. It's font. Doesn't it feel close? It does. It feels like, I was saying this earlier, it feels like when, girls get their whole area waxed really tightly or shaved really close to the bone. That's what this feels like the day it happens. Which, Jesus Christ, if you're having sex the day after a Brazilian wax, you like it rough, don't you? Plus, yeah. But there's no like sort of happy trail leading into something. It's just endless. It's just endless happy trail. Without the there's both happiness and trail here. Also, I'm counting my eyebrows, which I have not touched in the longest time because they are predominant, motherfucker. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. That says a lot, doesn't it? I'm constantly in a level of mild surprise. Did I have a stroke or something one night? Oh, there it is. Touched. Welcome to the show. This is Eric. I am from Stavanger, and I like to touch things. Here's me touching them. I don't know. I thought it was funny in my head, and I put it into practice. And welcome, you're welcome. I will show you my herring. I don't know why I said that in the same way that Billy says JF's, pretends to be like JF's girlfriend. JF. Your penis is very yes. It is wunderbar. Most engorged. Most engorged. The girl penis is very big. You mean the clitoris? Girl penis. I saw girl penis. Look at that gap right there. That is driving me fucking crazy. Look at that shit. Look at that. Why I oughta. Good morning, the girl Bennis. Good morning, Julia. Good morning, Julia. Today, yeah, you just give me things to say in that accent. I can do that. I've got plenty of beer, and hell, this is number 2. My Christ, look at that jaw. Look at that fucking jaw. That's a man who knows what he likes, and he likes Titanic, apparently. And Pink Floyd. One of those things is cooler than the other. Tobacco. I actually sound like I'm a weird extra character from Letterkenny. What was it? So I saw the ginger the other day. Still swimming pools and they never get empty. I know, right? Like, hell, like the wet bar is still a wet bar, you know? You're never going to have dry skin on the Titanic. Even in the worst, even in like third class. My God. I actually met the guy who discovered it, Ballard. He's a real Ballard. I actually met him when I was a kid. I was on someone's shoulder. I was so young. And he was just signing pictures, and I was like, "That's the man from the book. That's the man from the book." And he's like, he just turned back, dick. Um, the toilet's probably backed up. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Like as the water pumped in, the fresh water tanks would have been exposed, so everything would have been coming up. Which means, imagine if you were really shit faced, say in the mid part of the ship as it was tilting up. You'd be like, "Oh, really? Oh God!" You're on the toilet. You've just gotten sick. Or what happens if you're actually like reach over the toilet getting sick, and then suddenly all your sick comes back up along with everything else in the septic tank, and then the water, and you're like, "Brrr." That's what I'm. Yeah, yeah, and it just blasts into your face, and as you die, as those few moments of not sobriety, but like consciousness happen as the room is filling up, as you're freaking out, you realize you found your fetish. Life is not cruel, it is brutal. Like, oh, could you imagine? I got me a message. Last thing you remember is that shit on your bone. What if people were fucking? I guarantee you. Like, let's say you've got someone in second class who could have like a room for two, and they were just pounding away at each other, just pounding and pounding. You're on a ship. You've had enough to eat. You've had enough to drink. What else are you gonna do? So you're just pounding and pounding, and suddenly there's a banging on the door, and there's a shout saying, "We don't want a three-way. Fuck off!" And then you hear shit in another language that you don't know. You didn't bother to understand English. You're here to be an anchor baby, that sort of thing. And then suddenly, boom! Hello, Mr. Ocean. My safe word is drowning. Um, or there. That's your safe word. Um, if you supply the booze, we will. If you supply, we will sell the beer. Yeah. Just working out shit for Friday. Sorry, here, folks. Last thing you remember is their shit, but yeah. No, I was always obsessed with the Titanic and the Lusitania and any ship that you find underwater. I remember the idea, when I used to have like little model boats, and I used to intentionally puncture tiny holes in them in a bathtub and watch them sink. The idea of it slowly sinking, I would obsess over. And the reason why is probably the same reason I like the idea of like the final hours of a country. Anytime I watch documentaries on Vietnam, that shit, the most interesting part to me is the moment where like South Vietnam is about to collapse. That shit is fucking crazy to me. I was obsessed with Egypt. Oh, I used to be too. I gave a girlfriend at the time online a massive book of Egyptology. And remember, I was in Egypt as well. I saw that shit. Dick Stick. Hiya. How you doing? Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, I was obsessed with Egypt too. Um, I really like. I really liked when I was in Egypt. I got to see Tutankhamun's mask. That shit would break your shoulders these days. Yours in particular, there, Robbie. You scrawny little scrumptiousness here. Like it's huge and it's made out of solid gold. If you put that thing on your head, you just fall straight to the ground and suffocate. It is designed for a dead person. The Rock could wear that shit, assuming his face wouldn't be crushed in with it. I don't think he could actually get it on in the first place. Um, but I got to see like that. I got to see Ramsey's mummy, and it had just gone completely black because it had been exposed to the elements for thousands of years. At this point, he looked like a raisin, but his teeth were like pearly white. Probably the only face you're ever going to see that's mentioned in the Bible. It's creepy, huh? See your beards coming on. Oh man, I've been keeping this shit in. I've been keeping this shit in control. If I let this go, it would just be all over the place. Voila! Oh, look at this. Now we're getting the crowds in. How you all doing? Um, but no, I absolutely, I love all that shit. I really do. I really love, obviously, Titanic stuff. But as you can see from the very picture behind me, that was one of the first things I ever bought, by the way, that picture back there. Is this Ireland? It is indeed. Would you like to? I'll show you Ireland in the most traditional way possible. It's not a bunch of shitty stuff you'd see in Dublin. Behold, Ireland. Is it not green and wet? You talk to us like Bridget and Even. I don't know who that is. I do know that beer is causing it. I mean, I'm the most stereotypical Irish person you're going to see all day today, unless you decide to go and have an interaction with the Tricks leprechaun. Not Tricks. The Lucky Charms leprechaun. What was the name of the Lucky Charms leprechaun? We didn't have him over here. Big shock for the longest time. Read him very well. Yeah. So it's basically like a hipster girl who's really turned on and likes to experiment down there. That's Ireland right now. What? Oh shit. That might explain why the signal's getting a bit weak. My bad. I need to take a piss. Are you friends with Eve? I don't even know who that is. Please do describe it while I go and use the turlet. Beer equates to turlet. God. Relax, folks. I return. You don't need to set people on fire, Red. She's Bono's daughter. I've met Bono. Well, when I say I've met Bono, I've seen him. Most Dubliners can say that. And if you're old enough, my mom met him when he was a nobody busking outside. And as in her own words, he was a cunt then. He's never done anything good for Ireland. Let me tell you right now. He's never done anything good for Ireland. Oh, yes, yes. Look, he can go and he can give tons of money to farm. All right. Here's something that a lot of people don't know. Like, all the Irish celebrities, they don't do jack shit for Ireland. Those that do aren't the big ones. Brendan Gleeson, for example, gives a shit about Ireland. Liam Neeson, not so much. Sinead O'Connor, no. Bono, fuck yeah, he does nothing. He does nothing for us. He goes overseas and gives tons of money, then comes back and is shocked that no one cares about him. Now, that was the shit in the early 2000s. Now we kind of respect him because he's so successful. That's it. That's all it is. We're like, he's done all right for himself. But if you were to ask him, what has he done for Ireland? Nothing. He's done nothing for Ireland. And he knows it too. That's why he seldom comes back here. Whenever he comes back here, he plays it up like a big event. Some of these Irish celebrities, like say Enya, for example, which I know kind of iffy, she actively like gave money to shit. Sinead really tried for a while, not now, but she used to. But Bono, no, no, not Bono. Colin Farrell, he does none, none. Same with what's his name, Ewan McGregor. Fuck Ewan McGregor. I actually met Ewan McGregor in a bar once, years before he was famous. I knew Ewan McGregor before he was cool. Oh yeah, but that fucker. Look at this. Look at this. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at me. Fucking own this. Um, let's see. I don't know. I don't know much about Ewan McGregor. No. Ewan McGregor's from Dublin. Yeah. Let me tell you exactly where Ewan McGregor's from. I'm gonna have to check this shit out. But no, I met Ewan. Me and like 10 other people met him in a very cool bar by the name of Fibber McGee's in Dublin. Very cool place. I hope to show it to you one day. Uh, but we met him downstairs, and he was in the MMA. Oh, Ewan McGregor. Yes. No. Oh God. Yeah, I immediately retract what I was saying. Not Ewan McGregor. What's that fucker's name? The the one who. Oh God, Ewan McGregor is indeed Scottish. I immediately retract that one. Um, did he? I didn't actually know that. What I do know is I hear water coming in from the toilet. He's the guy who was in. He's an MMA fighter, and he got into a. He's Irish, and he got into a big fight. He got into an actual fight with like an actual boxer, and he lost. And he's a dick. And I can't remember his fucking name. Oh, Conor McGregor. Thank you. Yes, Connor. I don't know why I said. I suppose I know why I said Ewan because Ewan is Connor's. Yeah. So, yeah. No, Ewan McGregor. I don't know much about him other than the fact I've seen him in a lot of films over the years, and I liked his cycling around, his motorbiking around the world. Tyson Fury. Yeah, don't know about that. What I do know is I hear water back there, which means I think I might have fucked up the toilet. It has one of those press flush things, and sometimes it gets trapped. Yeah. I cured its sickness. I am the greatest healer of all time when it comes to toilets. Yeah, no, Conor McGregor can go fuck off. Ewan McGregor. What the fuck was I thinking saying Ewan McGregor? Um, yeah, I met him with like 10 other people, and he had just become really popular at the time. And we all were like, "Oh wow, yeah, could you like talk with us and shit like that?" And he started to chat with us for a little bit, just saying like, "Oh yeah, apparently I didn't know really who he was. I heard people talking about him. There were two lads with us who had seen his match the night before, and here he was. So they were like, "Fuck yeah, let's talk to him." And then suddenly, a friend of his shouted over the crowd, like, at the far back of the place, like, yeah, do you want to come? And he turns around to us and he says this, sorry, lads, I've got more important things to do. And he wanders off. Oh, all of us were just kind of like, what a prick. You know? He put a bad mood in all of us for the rest of the night. That is one of mine. Another one is my ma's best friend at the time is his auntie, I do believe. The guy from Sonic Youth, the one who shot up with heroin, because that's the only one I know. The first time, like most people who don't listen to music, the first time I ever heard of Sonic Youth was when I saw him on The Simpsons during Hullabalooza. My roommate Chris, he'd be able to sum that up much better. But well, that's cool though. Like, how did you meet him? I met a few celebrities. Dublin Airport has that power. I've seen Clinton's motorcade. Had a drink with Christian Bale. Saw Dylan Moran the night after he did a thing up in Vickers Street. That was crazy. Um, I got a response from Andy Dick, I suppose. What? I don't know what's going on. Oh, Andy. Andy Dick. Yeah. Were you there for the impromptu Twitch stream that he did? Deep Fat Fried, Paul and TJ were just randomly talking. You didn't know Andy Dick was still alive, Jesus. Yeah, I don't blame you. He looks like the motherfucker who would kind of like OD somewhere. Yeah, Andy Dick. After what you said about Hugh McGregor, I kind of have to double check every name I say now. But yeah, he Paul and Paul Zigo and TJ Kirk were just there chatting to the audience, and then suddenly some people said like, "Oh, you know, Andy Dick is currently live," and they checked it out, and sure enough, he was, and it became this sort of three-way thing where we were all told to go to Andy Dick's live stream and just type in "Deep Fat Fried" until he eventually acknowledged it, and oh my god, the man was off his skull. It was both hilarious and sad in equal measures. He was interviewing Donis on MTV. Jesus. I don't know that reference, but that seems like crazy. Um, yeah, my battery's about to die out. And I've got a stream to do. I've got gaming to do. I can't just spend all day doing this. So I'm going to go now and wrap this up, get ready for the stream, and I'll probably talk to you all in about half an hour. So thank you, everyone who popped in. If you liked what, and anyone who watches in the future, if you liked what I did, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to give it a subscribe if you're not subscribed. Join the Discord and check out more of my stuff. It's a whole manner of bullshit. So with that said, I'll see you all again soon. Bye.